Maya walked up the front steps slowly, her legs heavy after another long night shift at the hospital. All she wanted was a hot shower, a quiet meal, and a few hours of sleep. But the moment she reached the porch, her tired mind snapped awake. 3 cardboard boxes sat by the door. Her name was written on each one in thick black marker. For a second she just stared, confused. Maybe someone delivered something? Maybe her parents were moving things around? But then she noticed the tape, sloppy, rushed, like someone packed in a hurry. She bent down and touched one of the boxes. It was full. Clothes. Her clothes. Her heart tightened. Before she could process anything, she heard voices coming from inside. Loud, cheerful voices. Maya pushed the door open and stepped in. Chloe's voice was the first thing she heard. "And this is my new room. It's way bigger than mine. I'm going to move my vanity right here." Chloe was smiling, showing off the room like she was a realtor. Her boyfriend stood behind her, nodding with a proud grin. But it was Maya's room. Her bed. Her shelves. Her walls. Maya froze in the hallway. Her parents stood there too. Her mother with her arms crossed. Her father pretending to scroll through his phone. Neither looked at her. Not even a glance. Maya swallowed hard. "What's going on?" Her voice was soft, almost shaking. She already knew something was wrong. Very wrong. But she needed someone to say it out loud. Her mother finally turned her head. But only a little. "Chloe needs space," she said, waving her hand like it was nothing. "Her room is too small. You're barely home anyway. It makes sense. It makes sense." The words hit Maya like a slap. She looked at her boxes on the porch. She looked at Chloe laughing in her bedroom. Her bedroom. She looked at her parents, who couldn't even meet her eyes. They acted like she was a visitor. A stranger. An inconvenience. Maya stepped further inside. Her throat felt tight, like someone was squeezing it from the inside. "So you packed my things?" she asked, trying to keep her voice steady. Chloe didn't even look embarrassed. "Well, yeah," she said with a shrug. "You're always working. You don't need the space as much as I do." Her boyfriend chuckled like it was a joke. Maya felt the air leave her lungs. Her mother sighed, annoyed. "Please don't make this dramatic. We talked about this. Chloe needs the room. You can use the couch until you figure something out." Maya blinked. Figure something out? Her father cleared his throat but still didn't look at her. Silence filled the room. Thick. Heavy. Maya took a small step back toward the porch, staring at the boxes again. Her whole life shoved outside like trash. Her voice dropped to a whisper, trembling with disbelief and hurt. "I paid for this house," she said. "And you're throwing me out of it." Maya grew up in a house where love was unevenly shared. From the time she was a little girl, she learned that she was never the one who mattered the most. Her parents didn't shout at her or hit her. They simply ignored her feelings. That kind of pain was quieter, but it cut deeper. Whenever she needed help, comfort, or attention, they were always too busy. But somehow Chloe, her younger sister, always got what she wanted. People would often say, "Your sister is so beautiful," or "Chloe is the special one." And her parents believed it. Chloe never heard the word no. If she cried, everyone rushed to her. If Maya cried, she was told she was too emotional, or overreacting. Their father especially treated Chloe like a delicate princess. If there was only one blanket on cold nights, Chloe got it. If there was only one snack left, Chloe would be fed first while Maya was told, "You're older, you can handle it." Even in school, when Maya brought home good grades, her mother would only say, "Well, Chloe got an A too." And if Chloe didn't do well, the whole family comforted her while Maya was expected to take care of things on her own. Through all this, Maya learned to survive without help. She taught herself how to study, how to work, how to stay strong. She dreamed of the day she would move into her own place, away from the constant comparison that never stopped burning in her chest. As she grew older, she worked hard, harder than anyone her age should have to. She became a nurse, taking long shifts, sometimes double shifts, to support herself. At one point, she even took a second job because she was determined to save enough money for her own apartment. She imagined a small, quiet place that belonged only to her. A space where no one would push her aside, ignore her, or make her feel less than her sister. But life took a sharp turn. Her parents' finances crashed. Bills piled up everywhere: electricity, water, medical bills. Then one day, Maya came home and found her mother crying on the couch, holding a notice from the bank. Their house was in foreclosure. They were going to lose everything. Chloe panicked, blaming everyone except herself. Their father blamed the economy. Their mother blamed stress. But no one had a real solution. Except Maya. She looked at the savings she had worked so hard for. The money meant for her first apartment. And she made a choice. She stepped up. She paid the mortgage. She cleared the bills. She saved the house. Her parents cried tears of relief. Her father hugged her tightly and promised, "You'll always have a home here." Her mother said she would never forget what Maya did. Chloe even hugged her, something she rarely did, and said Maya was the best sister ever. For a moment, Maya believed it was worth it. Maybe this time, she thought, they would see her, appreciate her, treat her like she mattered too. But gratitude in that house faded fast. Once things returned to normal, the old patterns returned too. Her parents slipped right back into favoring Chloe, treating her like the center of their world. And Maya? She became the quiet background again, the one expected to handle everything. Now in the present, Maya is exhausted, beyond tired. She works non-stop, fighting through stress, long hours and aching feet. Not only does she help pay the bills, but she also carries the emotional weight of being the responsible one. Her parents turn to her for money, advice, help, yet they listen to Chloe for everything else. Chloe, the princess of the family, has only grown more entitled with time. She knows exactly how to get what she wants, by acting hurt or playing the victim. If she wants something, she cries. If she's denied something, she throws a small tantrum. And each time, their parents rush to comfort her, insisting, "Chloe is sensitive. She needs us more." Meanwhile, Maya is always told she is strong, which really means, you don't need help. The truth is, strength is lonely. Everyone in the house seems to believe that Maya can handle anything, so they keep taking from her, her time, her money, her energy. And whenever she tries to set boundaries or express her needs, her mother brushes it off with, "Don't be difficult," while her father says, "We all have problems, Maya." Chloe, of course, gets sympathy for even the smallest inconvenience. By now, the family's roles are clear. Maya is the responsible one, the dependable helper, the one expected to sacrifice. Chloe is the favorite, the protected one, the valued one, the one whose comfort always comes first. And although Maya tried for years to pretend it didn't hurt, deep inside, she always knew one thing. In her family, love wasn't shared. It was given to Chloe. And Maya was expected to simply understand. Maya stood in the living room, her eyes burning with confusion and hurt. The boxes with her things were still outside on the porch, and Chloe was still laughing in her bedroom, Maya's bedroom, as if nothing was wrong. Maya took a deep breath and faced her parents directly. "I need someone to explain this to me," she said quietly. "Why am I being moved out of my own room?" For a moment, her parents exchanged a quick look. Not a guilty look, not a sorry look, just an annoyed one, like Maya was interrupting something important. Her father sighed loudly. "Maya, don't make this a big deal." Her mother added, "You're always so dramatic. Chloe needs the space more than you do." "That doesn't make sense," Maya replied, her voice shaking. "I paid for the house. I saved it from being taken away." Her mother's expression hardened. "And, family doesn't owe you anything for helping. You did what any daughter should do." The sentence hit Maya like a punch. She stared at them, unable to speak for a few seconds. She had emptied her savings, every single thing she had worked for, because she believed she was helping her family. She believed it meant something. But to them, it meant nothing. Chloe stepped out of the bedroom, leaning on the doorframe with a smirk. Her boyfriend stood behind her, amused. "If you want space so bad," Chloe said, flipping her hair, "go rent something. You're a nurse, right? You make money." Maya felt her hands shaking. "This house was supposed to be ours," she said softly. "I paid off the mortgage. I want to see the documents." Her father's face changed instantly. His eyes narrowed. "Don't start acting like you own this place," he snapped. "We're your parents. We handled the mortgage. You just helped. That's all." "Helped?" Maya whispered. "I paid everything." Her father scoffed. "So what? We raised you. We fed you. We clothed you. You owe us." Maya's heart cracked open. She had been afraid of this truth, but hearing it aloud made it real. She turned away for a moment, breathing hard, trying to keep her tears from falling. As she walked toward the hallway, she stopped suddenly. She heard Chloe talking in the kitchen with her boyfriend. Her voice was low, but Maya caught the words clearly. She really thinks the house is hers, Chloe said, laughing. Mom told me earlier that Maya should be grateful they even let her stay here. After all, she owes them for raising her. Maya's stomach twisted. Her mother said that? Chloe continued bragging. They told me the plan months ago. Once the mortgage was done, I would get the bigger room. Maya doesn't need it. She's never home anyway. Her boyfriend laughed. Poor girl doesn't even know. Maya stepped back slowly, her breath stuck in her throat. So it wasn't a mistake. It wasn't confusion. It wasn't something that happened suddenly. They had planned it. They had used her. They waited until she finished paying for the house. Then they pushed her out of her room. Like she was nothing. Like she was just a tool to solve their problems. Maya felt something inside her finally break. Not in a weak way, but in a strong, sharp way. A way that reminded her she had survived many things before. A way that told her she didn't have to let this continue. For years, she had accepted their treatment. For years, she believed being the strong one meant staying quiet. But now, looking around at the house she saved, listening to the family she loved talk about her like she was disposable, she felt a new feeling rising in her chest. Anger. Not wild anger. Not loud anger. A calm, cold anger that said enough. Maya wiped her eyes and straightened her shoulders. No more being silent. No more letting them step on her. No more pretending everything was okay. This moment became her turning point. Not because she wanted revenge, but because she finally realized the truth. Her family was not going to change, but she could. And she would. Maya tried to stay calm after everything she had heard. She didn't want to explode or scream. She only wanted simple respect, so she tried setting a few basic boundaries. One evening, she sat down with her parents and said quietly, "I need my room back, or at least we need to talk about living arrangements fairly." Her father didn't look up from the TV. "Not this again, Maya. We already decided." Her mother waved her hand. "You're making trouble out of nothing. Chloe is more comfortable in that room. Let her stay." "It's my room," Maya said softly. "And I deserve a place here." Her mother frowned. "Maya, stop acting entitled. You're barely home. Why do you need so much space?" Every time Maya tried to speak, they cut her off. "No, later. Not now, don't start." It was like arguing with a wall. A wall that didn't even care she was hurting. Things got worse over the next few days. Chloe started acting as if she owned the whole house. She would lock the bathroom door when Maya needed it. She blocked Maya from entering the kitchen, saying she needed privacy while cooking. One morning, Maya woke up on the couch and found her own bedroom door locked. "Why is my door locked?" Maya asked. Chloe smirked. "It's not your room anymore. Mom said I can keep my things safe." Maya felt something inside her twist painfully. It was like she didn't belong in her own home. One afternoon, while cleaning the living room, Maya found a pile of receipts tucked between the couch cushions. She picked them up absent-mindedly, but as she read them, her hands began to shake. Cosmetic clinic, skin treatments, a down payment for a nose procedure, all in her mother's name, but the name Chloe was written on the notes beside them. The dates matched the time when Maya had sent large payments toward the mortgage. They had used her money she thought was saving their home, for Chloe's beauty treatments. Maya felt her chest tighten. She walked straight to the kitchen where her mother was cooking. "What is this?" Maya asked, holding up the receipts. Her mother glanced at them, then returned to stirring the pot. "That. Chloe needed some things done. It's normal. Girls her age want to feel confident. With my money?" Maya yelled, her voice breaking. "I gave that money to save this house." Her mother turned, her expression cold. "Maya, calm down. Chloe deserves good things too. You're strong, she's fragile. She can't handle the world like you do." Maya stared at her as tears filled her eyes. "So because I'm strong it's okay to use me? To take from me?" Her mother sighed in annoyance. "Stop being dramatic." The room felt small, the air too thin. Maya suddenly felt 14 again, being told to give up her jacket because Chloe was cold. She remembered skipping school trips because her parents could only afford one ticket for Chloe. She remembered staying homesick while Chloe went out, because Chloe needed the attention more. Maya had always been the one to sacrifice. Always. She walked away from the kitchen, her hands trembling. She couldn't think clearly. The house felt like a cage, and her own family felt like strangers. That night, as she lay on the couch unable to sleep, she thought about leaving, just packing her things and walking away. But fear stopped her. The world outside was expensive. Rent was high. She had spent every last saving on the house. If she left, she could end up homeless again or sleeping in her car. That thought scared her. But staying hurt even more. The tension exploded a few days later. Maya came home from work and found the door chain locked from inside. She knocked. "Open the door, Chloe." Chloe opened it just a crack. "Why are you shouting?" "I live here," Maya said. "Open the door." Chloe crossed her arms. "Mom said to keep the door locked. We don't know when you'll come home." "What does that even mean?" Maya asked, frustrated. Chloe shrugged. "You know, if you keep causing problems, I can call the police and tell them you're trespassing." Maya's breath caught. "Trespassing? In my own house?" Chloe smirked. "The house is in Mom and Dad's name. Not yours." Maya felt cold all over. Chloe would actually do it. She would call the police just to scare her. At that moment, something in Maya clicked. She wasn't going to wait for them to kick her out. She wasn't going to let them destroy her life after everything she had given. She went to her bag, pulled out her old folders, and began gathering every bank statement, every transfer receipt, every message showing how much she had paid to save the house. She printed new copies at work. She filed everything neatly. For years, she had been quiet. Now she was preparing to fight back. They thought she would stay silent forever. They were wrong. Maya sat quietly in the hospital break room, her hands wrapped around a cup of cold tea she had forgotten to drink. She looked tired in a way that went deeper than her long night shifts. A co-worker named Daniel, who was both a nurse and a part-time legal assistant, noticed her stress. He had seen her crying in the hallway 2 nights in a row. He sat across from her. "Maya, what's going on?" At first, she didn't want to say anything. She felt embarrassed, but after a long silence, the words spilled out. How she saved her family's house, how her parents pushed her out of her room, how they treated her like a problem instead of the person who rescued them. Daniel listened carefully. When she finished, he said, "Maya, you know I'm trained in law, right? If you have proof of the payments, you might have rights to the house." Maya blinked. "Rights? What do you mean?" "If you paid the mortgage, it can be traced. Legally, you may own a part of the house, even if the documents are in your parents' names." For the first time in weeks, Maya felt a small spark of hope. She handed him the folder she had put together. He looked through it and nodded. "This is strong evidence," he said. "You should consider filing for your share or reimbursement." Later that week, Maya followed his advice and took the first legal step. Nothing huge, just an inquiry. But even that was enough to shake the ground at home. When her parents received the notice, all hell broke loose. The moment she walked in that evening, she found her parents waiting in the living room. Her father's face was red with anger. "You went to a lawyer?" he shouted. "How dare you do this to us?" Her mother pointed at her with shaking hands. "After everything we've done for you, you are ungrateful." Maya swallowed hard. "I had to protect myself. You pushed me out of my room. You used my money. You treated me like..." "Like what?" her father snapped. "We raised you. You owe us. And now you want to steal our house." Chloe stormed down the hallway, her voice loud and shrill. "You're trying to ruin my life. I finally got the room I wanted. You're always trying to take things from me." Maya looked at her in disbelief. "I'm trying to take things from you? This is the house I paid for. No one asked you to pay." Chloe screamed. "You did it because you wanted attention." Maya felt her chest tighten. She opened her mouth to speak, but Chloe suddenly pulled out her phone. "You know what? Let's tell her the whole truth," Chloe said, her eyes blazing. Their parents froze. Chloe tapped on her phone and pressed play. A voice note began. It was their mother's voice. "Once Maya finishes paying, we'll give Chloe the big room. Maya won't fight. She never does." Then their father's voice. "We just need her money. After the mortgage is done, she can sleep on the couch or leave. She'll get over it." Maya's heart stopped. Another recording played. Their mother again. "Don't worry, Chloe. She owes us. We raised her. After she pays, she's not our problem anymore. Maya felt her legs weaken. She sat down slowly, her hands shaking. Her own family had planned everything. They hadn't been confused or overwhelmed. They weren't acting out of stress. They had used her. Deliberately. Coldly. Chloe watched Maya, expecting her to scream or cry. But Maya just stared at the floor. Her mother tried to reach for Chloe's phone, but it was too late. Maya had heard enough. All the years of being second place. All the sacrifices. All the pain she swallowed quietly. All for people who never saw her as family. Only as a tool. Tears finally slipped down her cheeks, slow and silent. She didn't argue. She didn't shout. She didn't defend herself. She simply stood up. Her father yelled her name. Her mother demanded she come back. Chloe shouted something hateful behind her. But Maya didn't look back. She walked out of the house calmly, the same way she had walked into her shifts every day. Except now, she wasn't the quiet, obedient daughter anymore. She was done. Maya did not return home after that night. Instead, she stayed with a co-worker for a few days while she thought about her next steps. She felt hurt, but she also felt strangely clear. For the first time in her life, she didn't want to protect her family. She wanted to protect herself. With Daniel's help, she filed an official claim for reimbursement or partial ownership of the house. It was simple and legal. She wasn't attacking anyone. She was asking for what she rightfully deserved. A week later, the legal notices arrived at her parents' door. The phone call started immediately. First, her mother called, yelling and crying at the same time. Maya, how could you do this? You are destroying this family. Then her father called, shouting that she was ungrateful and disrespectful. But Maya didn't answer. She let the calls go to voicemail. She had spent her whole life listening to their needs, their demands, their pain. Now she was listening to herself. Chloe even sent her messages pretending to feel guilty. Maya, I'm sorry if you felt hurt. Maya, let's talk. Maya, be mature. We're still sisters. Maya read the messages once and then blocked Chloe's number. She knew Chloe wasn't truly sorry. She was just scared of losing her comfort. With her savings slowly rebuilding and help from a co-worker, Maya found a small studio apartment. It wasn't fancy. The walls were thin, and she could hear her neighbors through them. But it was hers. For the first time, she had a space where no one yelled at her, no one pushed her aside, no one made her feel small. She bought a small bed, a second-hand table, and a soft blanket. Each item felt like a victory. Each piece reminded her she could stand on her own. Soon she started therapy. At first, she felt strange talking about her childhood and her pain. She had spent years telling herself she was fine. But slowly, she learned that she didn't have to be strong all the time. She began to understand how deeply she had been hurt. She learned how to set boundaries, real boundaries. She learned that her feelings mattered too. Every week she felt a little lighter. At work, people noticed the change. Maya stood straighter. She spoke more confidently. She refused extra shifts when she was exhausted. She took breaks when she needed them. She learned to say, "No, I can't do that today," and she didn't feel ashamed. For the first time, Maya was choosing herself. Back at the house, things began to fall apart without her. Her parents struggled with the legal process. The lawyers' letters kept coming. They had no idea how to respond. They couldn't believe Maya wasn't running back to fix everything like she always did. Chloe complained constantly, angry that she was no longer the center of attention. The house grew tense and stressful, and they finally started to feel the consequences of their own actions. The comfort they took from Maya for granted was gone. Maya didn't smile at their suffering, but she didn't feel guilty either. She understood something important now. She wasn't responsible for fixing a family that broke her. She was responsible for healing herself. And for the first time, she was doing exactly that. Months later, Maya received her payment settlement. She returned to the old house for one last box and saw Chloe crying in the room that used to be hers. Maya felt the pain but chose peace. Some families break you. Some lessons free you. She walked away, not angry but finally free. Hey friends, thanks for sticking around till the end. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more. See you next time.